Hello, Jeff.
Hello.
How are you? How are you?
We are streaming live on LinkedIn.
Good and you. Good and you.
Good and you.
Good and you. Good and you. How are you? Good and you.
Last time you said good evening, Jeff.
I know. I was yeah, you know what? I've learned that daily use of ayahuasca is probably terrible for you. So I think that's what
that's what it is.
it might be. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know if I'm talking to you or I'm talking to some kind of ghost right now. I don't know what's happening. I have a feeling there's more to come too. So it's going to be interesting. Today's topic, of course, and we've got guests that are going to be just wildly cool and fun. I kid you not. Today's topic is a little bit about what we had on our most recent Where the Dogs of Society Howl newsletter, which was about satire and how it's a branding crowbar. And sometimes I forget exactly what satire is or means so much as how it differs from cynicism and how it differs from
sarcasm.
I don't know. It might even be in the mix somewhere with persnicketyness, which I've used that word like 15 times this week. So
Did you really?
I'm going to need a new word.
I love words like that, though.
It is a good word. It is a good word.
Yeah.
So what are we? We're looking at a whole thing here. Satire is not really just fluff. It's the crowbar that cracks open culture. And I happen to think that it cracks open brands. From Aristotle to The Onion, the VW Beatles to, of course, Dude Wipes. Satire's become a very sharp branding tool. And we're going to talk about that. We've got a great guest coming at us today. Before we bring her on, she is the author of the Yapper Gazette. It's a wildly popular online blog, commentary, reviews, and much, much more. You see her all over the place on LinkedIn. She's a professional yapper, and I think without further hesitation, we need to bring her on in here today. So please welcome to the stage, Brianna Bro or Brew or Brug. I'm not sure, but she'll tell us in a second.
Shenanigans.
Wow! Brew!
Hey, Brianna's in the house.
Hey, Brianna.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Okay, I just got to double check here because of the ayahuasca thing at the beginning. Am I seeing what I'm seeing, or is this just something else?
Are you seeing the Lorax?
I am.
Then you're good. You still could be on the ayahuasca. I don't know. But
you know what? I
needed
to see this. That's what I needed to see this.
It was
that's
a
right.
Right.
A thneed. Sneeded. Very nice, Jeff. Very
Thank
nice. All right. It looks like we got a few comments coming in here from Devin, Sherry, Richard, and of course, Jeff. So, Brianna, will you just give us a little bit of an overview about, who you are, what you're doing, where you're coming from, and go from there?
Yeah. So I am in marketing. I've been in marketing for a decade. And I don't know if there was like something in the air in March when so many of us like really flipped the script on LinkedIn and started, really turning up the humor. I'm like, I don't know if it was like an intuition or my conscious, but I was like, after a decade of building brands for so many other people, I wanted to really try to build my own here. And I was like, I'm going to really go out on a ledge here and do it on LinkedIn, where I don't think it's been done. If it has, don't sue me. I don't know. Don't come for me. Don't cancel me. I don't know. But I do think I'm more like one of the recent ones to do it. And I just did not shut up. I stayed consistent. I started treating this like a job. I had a path from the very beginning. I knew I wanted to be a writer. And I just started testing untraditional marketing strategies on LinkedIn. And I went from under 2,000 followers in March to now over 6,800. in that time, I went from not having anything to having a full-blown like media ecosystem. I've developed my blog, my website, my newsletter. I've dropped a digital product, and I'm just going to keep building on that. But it is ultimately Yapper Network. I have the Yapper Gazette. That is both the newsletter and the blog for a reason, very intentional. I have my podcast, which is called House of Yap. That is dropping next week.
Nice.
Awesome.
And I'm just going all in. I'm going to see where this goes. I've made some truly incredible, genuine connections. I've built some relationships, including with you guys. Like I met you guys back early on in this journey before I started any of this. So I'm sure it's been like, so many people are like, it's so crazy to see where you are now. And I'm like, try being me. Like, this is my life now. Like,
I saw you on a scooter earlier. Going to your son's bus stop. Oh my God, that was the best thing I saw.
Yeah, that is because our kiddo, so funny story, he somehow bypassed the security settings in Apple, bypassed the thumbprint, and was able to spend about $2,000 on Robux. Imaginary money. Yeah. So while we are waiting to get it back, going through that whole process, I was like, okay, we're going to have some fun. You're grounded for a very long time. And I'm going to show up in costumes every single day for a whole month to pick you up from the bus. So that was the start of it yesterday. And our neighbors were dying. Like, it's a similar reaction to what I'm getting on LinkedIn. Like, it's just been so fun. I just keep, diversifying what I'm doing, and I just keep bringing new content in. And I think a big part of why it's worked for me, it's because satire is like that's who I am. Like, comedy has always been my lane. And I don't want to take things serious. I don't want to be the buttoned up, polished, like everything's going through Grammarly. Like, I'm winging it here, and I'm having a lot of fun. And I think that's honestly like why it's worked and gotten me this far.
Nice. You realize though that I'm like the single source of why Grammarly exists. It just the world just became so put off by my inability to figure out the English language or any other language for that matter. Plus the grammar and the punctuation. God. So I'm greatly appreciative of it.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm in charge of making myself look like an idiot, and not the things I write down. So,
I just think in the corporate world, like, you have to think about this side is that we usually, like, especially in marketing, you have to go through like so many loopholes just to get. Not loopholes, but like red tape, just to get one post sent out on Instagram. And it's like, I'm not following Associated Press for my blogs. I just go in and just start writing.
I love that. What I feel. That's how I've always felt that that's the strongest representation, Brianna, is, like, you can follow the rules and that's fine. Sometimes it's appropriate, but like sometimes it's just best to not even know what the rules are and do your thing. It makes you unique. It makes your content unique. And by the way, we've got some really cool new people here that I'm guessing are associated with you. Ambra and Nikki and Richard and Stefan.
Sherry in the house.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of folks that I love seeing. Monique. Of course, Rod Christensen's back again to try to win another prize. God. Yeah. So let's do this. Because we're talking about satire, tell me a little bit about when you first realized that satire could be more than just a joke, that it could actually help drive brands.
I think it was about 2 years ago, or no, probably 3 years ago. I left the tech world in marketing. And like before that, like everything that I worked in was just like really structured, like no silliness, like just super serious stuff. And I got into CPG, and that was like the first taste of an addiction where I was like, this is the really fun industry to be in. And I started, because I'd been on LinkedIn for 10 years, but I didn't start using it until about 3 years ago when I got into CPG. And I started seeing brands show up like really being funny. And like, as you guys know, CPG uses LinkedIn heavily for their industry. And that's where you get to see like a lot of the, like the marketing teams and all the people that bring all these like brilliant campaigns to life. Like you get to see the personalities and like, you get to see the driving force, the brains, like you get to see all that kind of, it's like, you know, seeing the curtain behind the Wizard of Oz, like you get to see what's going on behind the stage. And I think seeing that, like, made me really comfortable. Like, obviously I grew up in the 90s, so I'm not blind. I saw some of the greatest, you know, comical marketing done ever. I think some of the Kmart ads, like the original commercials, are some of the most brilliant marketing. Like they were so ahead of their time. So it's like growing up, like with that kind of presence, like seeing brands being funny and then getting into marketing myself and like going through the different industries, but seeing CPG really own it more than any other industry was like the eye opener for me. And then when I started writing in March, I was like, I can't write in a thought leadership voice. Like that's not who I am.
Right.
So when I started like genuinely like being like myself and like dumbing down my content, which is like really just ripping the professional Band-Aid off of it, like taking the suit and tie, that content is what exploded. And I was like, okay, I'm going to lean into this. And that's how I like built my own personal brands. So, I mean, I've seen it work for brands forever. And now it's working for myself. So I'm like, if that is truly your lane, it's going to be wonderful and it is going to work. But
Absolutely.
I do think that there is a very big line, because obviously like serious things like government organizations, like, sorry, I don't want to see you in this pool. I don't want to.
Yeah, right. No, you're not for everybody. Right.
That's not your thing. Like serious things like the health industry. Like I don't want to see them like cracking jokes, you know, like I want it to be like serious. Like it depends on what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I hear that, and I've got a question here from Rob, but I'll tell you, at least from my take and some of my experiences, I've had fun in creating advertisements for medical wellness industry. And one of the ones I had done a few years ago, and it was funny, they were opening up, it was a big hospital here in New England, and they were opening up new emergency care facilities, you know, and you know, I said, guys, you're doing the same thing every freaking time. You want to do, you know, TV ads or whatever with like man on the street interviews. I'm like, oh my God, really? Do we need to do that? Or you're going to tell us how all of your doctors and nurses are friendly and knowledgeable and they have your health in mind. Like, who the fuck doesn't? I mean, don't they all? I mean, it seems like that's a table setting. So I said to them, we're going to do something different. We're going to give the injuries that are specific to your urgent care, we're going to give them the voice. We're going to let the broken hand of, Kevin decided to do karate after watching several movies. Kevin and they showed a guy chopping a tree with his hand, just stopping before he really injured himself, but saying, I'm Kevin's hand and he broke me. You know, now I'm on my way to urgent care. And I said, that's kind of a fun way to take a little bit of the sting out of that kind of industry. So there are opportunities, as you did say, there are opportunities to weave sarcasm, satire, humor, absurdity into those places, because I do think, especially I would say in government, in church, in healthcare, we could all use a little bit of a laugh.
You could, and I think it depends on the route, the format, the tone, like all of that, because like some of it can come across like really tacky, like what you're talking about. That's super funny. Like if it was like a pharmaceutical company, I'm not gonna laugh too much because.
Last week we switched out so-and-so's Lipital with Ozempic. Let's see what happens.
Laughing about the 37,000 side effects of, like
I love the side effects. It's my favorite part of every ad.
It's the funniest part. And the thing is that those commercials now have turned into kind of a joke, which is they don't mean to be. But they're like all people singing and dancing about the medication they're on. And they're like, all gathering together on the street, walking down the street, having a grand old time.
It's bizarre.
It's really bizarre.
It is.
And like, by the way, you might bleed out of your eyes.
Yeah, well,
It's like,
I'm taking one of the side effects is unwanted night jogging. I don't know if that's happening or not. I don't know. Rob Unger, Bobby Buckets, as we call him around here, or Ricky Rocket's twin sister's brother-in-law. How do you create new thoughts, takes, hot takes? Like, do you write it down, or you're just thinking and you just go with it? Brianna, your thoughts?
I just post. I do schedule stuff. Like, I find I write usually at night, like for 2 hours, usually late night is when the craziest thoughts are going on here. And I feel like intrusive thoughts really guide my ship. I think if you think about it too much, you're going to hold yourself back too much. And especially if it comes to like, you're just trying to create awareness, you're trying to, you know, like just get started in posting more often. Just start posting. You can schedule stuff right now. But for the most part, I just post and go. I do put myself in a box. Like I know what I talk about and I know what I don't talk about. Like I don't do politics. I don't do religion. I do stick myself in like a humor lane, like, because I want people to come. I want to be an outlet for people. I want them to come to me for entertainment or to learn about marketing. So I'm able to like structure all of my writing around that. And that kind of keeps me going and not getting burnt out and not like thinking every day, like, what do I need to write about? Because I do a lot of writing exercises and I will schedule whatever, but I also like, if I'm out with family or I'm bored or whatever, like I just put stuff down in my notes app and just schedule that or post it whenever I need to post something.
I do the same thing with the notes app. Matter of fact, this morning, my wife is a teacher, so she's up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to get ready. And I happened to wake up and I for some reason it popped into my head. Having an argument with my computer. And so I wrote that down, and then I did a post that I did at 9 in the morning about me having this argument with my computer and I having to shut it down because it was being obstinate to me.
Obstinate. Oh my. Hey, Stephen has a great comment here about Kmart equals ship my pants. I don't know if I recall that one. You guys know that?
Oh my God, yes. Because it was introducing, it was their campaign to introduce their online shipping that you could buy. You could shop Kmart.com and you could get anything shipped. So the ship my pants. That's why I said like earlier, they are so iconic. Like their commercials are just some of the absolute greatest pieces I've ever seen.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I think that's, what are you were mentioning certain exercises. Is there any out there exercises that you sort of go through, for writing or coming up with new content, or what would be maybe one of your more off the wall ones?
Taking some gummies, late night writing and seeing where it goes and just whatever my brain thinks about. I'm just going to go with that, test it, see how it works. I do I want to talk about marketing and I want to talk about the serious stuff, but like in brand building and like community building right now, I sprinkle that stuff in like once or twice a week, like the more serious stuff. I always start and end the day with community building. So like my first post and my last post of the day are always like just humor and just for like making people laugh. I don't think that there's anything like crazy that I do. Like I really will just sit down and just like, what do you want to talk about this week? Is there anything in pop culture happening? Have you had coffee chats recently? Like I just look around everywhere at what I'm doing to see like where I can find inspiration. Like it really, I just write.
Yeah.
There's no secret. The more you do it, the more you'll get better at it. Like I did have, I met with an agent like 2 weeks ago and he asked me, are you using Grammarly or using an editor? Or and I was like, no, I just post and go. I don't put anything in drafts. I have 0 drafts. I post everything because it's test it. Yeah. And I think as you continue to do that, your voice, your tone, like just coming up with content ideas, like you're going to become much better at that. So I like, my advice is like, don't even try to like sit down and do writing exercises. If you're really trying to build up confidence, just start.
Yeah.
Just
I
like,
think that's great advice.
Yeah, like test everything. Test, short form, long form videos. Videos are really hard. You have to keep going.
Yeah.
Memes, GIFs, like story posts, sending them somewhere, like sending a link, like a blog, like whatever kind of content you can come up with, like test all of it, especially in the beginning, because like, I mean, I'm still in a growth stage, I think, and I still am continuing. Like the Lorax is a new piece of content that I'm testing.
Yeah.
Yes. No, I totally get it. I mean, the thing about comedy, at least for me, like I always think about, sometimes, there's certain subject matter that I avoid as well, because you had brought that up. But I think in terms of like the best comedy to me is when someone, makes fun of a common relatable situation, let's say, makes fun of themselves, right? Because that's an open field, because who's going to argue, right? When you make fun of yourself. And then the other one is like, describe something or a situation that's just totally absurd, right? Like something that just shouldn't be reality at all, and makes people think, well, why the heck? I'm gonna quote. I'm not gonna quote. I'm gonna give a shout out to Jay Williams. Why the heck would his refrigerator knock on his bedroom door and look at him in his bed through his bedroom door? Like, why would that even happen? It's ridiculous, right? But that's what makes it funny and memorable, is because it's not real.
Actually, while we're talking about writing, Rob has another question. If we have any thoughts on intentionally bad grammar or spelling, or weird writing styles. I know that I'm left-handed, so my writing style just generally sucks. It's like chicken scratch everywhere. And I think that intentionally bad grammar, that's an interesting one. I mean, yeah, I think there's a style, there's a way. You may have a long road ahead if that's the one you take, right? But what do you think, Jeff, Brianna?
Yeah, I mean, if you're like, if it's a series, like being intentional is one thing. I still think like, because it is like, at the end of the day, it's still a professional app. So I think like maintaining that, like my grammar, I'm not using an editor, so I might miss a comma or something, or like I'm not like throwing people off of left field. It's not just going to be a jumbled paragraph of words. Like I'm still structuring it somewhat. I'm just not going to go through and use an editor. Like this isn't that kind of thing. I don't need it. I'm not doing it. I don't care. It doesn't need to be that serious right now. So just have fun and try it. I think weird writing style, sure, that's unique. Like in a day and age where like I'm pro AI, but there's like a lot of ethical conversations to be had around it. I still think there's so many people who use AI in their posts, and it is like, for especially marketers, like you can spot it from a mile away. It's not just an M dash, and it's not just like M dashes are the only thing. It's like there are so many things that we know because we use this, like we can tell. Yeah. So I think having a weird writing style is going to make you unique. Like that's part of, like, I think I have a weird writing style, and that's what sticks out because it's not, it's not oversaturated right now.
Right.
In a couple of years, there's going to be a lot of copycats here. Like as we see LinkedIn start to become like a true social media app, like all of the rest of the platforms.
Right.
But I think absolutely, like that's what's going to make you stick out right now, which kind of sucks. It's like being a bad writer makes you like people realize like you're a human and you're not using AI. But at the same time, when everybody is using the same voice, yeah, people want to hear from you. They want to, like, especially on LinkedIn, that's the number one thing I've learned here. They do not want polished, buttoned down. Like, they want to hear who you are at the core, and you have to be raw. You have to be vulnerable. And if you're not perfect, don't be perfect, because that is who you are. Like, you have to be authentic in this space.
Yeah. How do you think satire builds relationships between brands and consumers? Do you think that do you have any, thoughts directly on that? Because you've worked with a lot of different brands in marketing.
100%.
I for me personally, I think it's just that there's that realness and that authenticity of having a laugh or poking fun at something or yourself. I think that's part of it. Also taking away that weird, especially when it's a weird, uncomfortable conversation. Sometimes it's just easier to have it when you're funny about it.
Yeah. I mean, going back to like the guys above, I mean, they came in and secured, 10% of a generational, industry like toilet paper, and they were just funny about it, and they have built like such a loyal community. I mean, they've taken that industry by storm, and by being the first ones to not be serious about it. I know those guys. I know how funny they are. Like, what you see is what you truly get. And yeah, like, you just see the connection. You're like, yeah, you're funny. Of course people are going to buy it. Like, yeah, I could buy the Walmart knockoffs, but they're not funny. I want to be part of that community. I want to be part of that experience. Like, that's the whole thing. It's like, people are like, they're just buying into the experience. Like, what's your community experience? Like, the funny you are, I think the bigger your community is going to explode. And like, by tying that in, like, you just see these brands taking off these days. Like, Dude Wipes, Liquid Death, Manscaped, they are some of the funniest out right now. Like, there's a lot of emerging brands. Like, the Expo West had probably over 3,500 brands last year. I think we'll probably see, who knows how many more, like double in the next couple of years.
Okay.
And I think that there's, a great opportunity to tie your audience together with humor and not be so serious, especially if you're targeting like Gen Z and millennials who really just want to laugh at the end of the day. They don't want to be marketed to. They don't want, like, they want to feel like they found you. And if they discovered you through humor, they're locked in for life. I support them. This isn't sponsored, and they're there. It's because I'm a part of that world and I know how funny they are. I know so many people at that company and they're doing great things. And I love watching, all of their campaigns and stuff. It is hilarious.
I think I want to clarify too for the people in Massachusetts. When we say humor, and I know you're all hearing Yuma. It's not Yuma. It's humor. So just to clarify that. And speaking of humor, we've got somebody else that's going to come in here right now, and he's going to elucidate for us. He's got his own introduction here, so we're just going to get at it. Okay, everyone, hold on. Trade tables,
your horses,
all that stuff. Here we go.
Robert Cogan.
Robert Cogan.
Cogan has succeeded.
Cogan has just returned.
Welcome to Making Things Happen with Robert Cogan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the borders are the CPG borders. Robert Cogan, also co-founder of RC Cola. And,
no, not RC Cola.
Welcome, Robert.
Thank you, Peter. Hi, Jeff. Hi, Brianna.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going very quickly and slowly at the same time.
Oh, where are you at?
I'm at the kids' house in Toronto. As far as everyone's concerned, synagogue was great this morning. We're observing the highest holiday of the year, but there's got to be some things. Got to make sure some trucks are where they got to be.
Sure.
But anyway, what a great episode, Brianna. Possibly the best splash of smiles I've ever seen on a podcast, and I've watched about 400 of them.
Maybe more.
Yes, maybe more.
So Robert, what's your take on this whole satirical style of marketing a brand?
Well, you see, as we were discussing before we started, I get a bit of a different view because I'm across a border where about 75% of my American friends have no clue what's going on here. And I used to take it personally, but now I understand because, every state pretty much has 3 regions, some of them 30. So I get it. But my approach or my perception of all of the stuff we're talking about is a little different because I've got to battle through so many barriers to get so much shit done. But what's more important, and I think a better use of my few minutes here, is I want to pay homage to Mr. IQ Bar, Will Nitza. He posted in one of his classic little 3-line posts. It's like haiku, but it makes you think. And taboo arbitrage. Taboo. That's what Dude Wipes did. They're talking about shit, right? So there's a taboo that you're not supposed to talk about. It's working. The liquid death, pretty simple. I mean, look at the ratings on Twilight and every vampire show for the 10 years before that. And I never saw Blair Witch Project, but when I heard of what they did, why not copy Blair Witch? Blair Witch did some numbers with a video camera, right? Liquid Death did the same thing. But I am a little bit concerned about longevity. Somebody mentioned in the chat, Old Spice comes to mind. What a great satirical run. Okay, that's CPG. Flow from Progressive, that's not CPG, that's insurance, right? But she's been going on for how many years? You know, it is such a, those marketing campaigns that do succeed with the satirical thing. So the Old Spice thing, I think, is great. And before we get going, and I have to rush it in and with a minute to go, I realized that timing has it where the day that we're discussing satire, this week's prize is going to be Sati soda.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you.
You see, Dave from Sati is a bit of a mover, and unlike many other people I deal with, he's already got customers in Canada because he answers the calls. And there's a retailer in Calgary at a health shop that I've got to get a delivery done next week, and the inventory's in Detroit. I haven't been there for a few weeks. I'm going to be there tonight through the weekend. And by the way, Jeff, you might be wondering, with the Blue Jays hosting those home games, waiting for Boston and New York, there's a thing when you have tickets that are worth a couple grand.
Yeah.
You don't go.
You don't go? You sell them.
Well, I just want those tickets.
Good for you.
So I'm going to be in Michigan watching the Jays play Boston or New York.
Yeah,
Right.
it's going to be Boston.
Yeah. But anyway, that's my take on the whole. It's taboo arbitrage. What Will posted is really what you're playing with. If you go too far, you lose. Like you're arbitraging. If you hit it, right, Brianna? If you hit it, you're going to have a whole marketing value ad that is almost priceless. That, you know, impressions that are all natural and organic that could cost millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about Flow and the OG back before that, Allstate with the Mayhem ads.
Those are the best.
That
I
must
love
be
those.
like 2 decades in now, at least, right, or something.
I love it too. And John, he was in the first John Wick as well, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
Great role.
He was also in HBO's drama series Oz. Yeah.
Oh, I remember being traumatized by that as a teenager, 20-ish-year-old, and I don't remember him there.
Yeah. He was one of the prisoners, very traumatic prisoner. I'm glad you brought up Sati because if we weren't doing that, the prize this week was going to be this T-shirt. It's a pineapple wearing a thong that says slut.
Yeah. The consolation prize.
I kind of just want to. This is the thing. I'm happy because I'm keeping it, and we're.
And we want to get all the brands into every.
I want to make sure I
hands.
pick up. I kind of want to just pick up the kids at pick up in that shirt.
Oh my God!
Hey, what's up, officer? Hey, principal. What's up?
By the way, I want to speak for every parent of like an adult right now. How much we regret not doing what Brianna did with picking up her kid as a motivation factor for good behavior. Oh, that is the best. That was great.
Yeah. Stay tuned because we're doing costumes every single day this month.
Nice.
I like it. I like
By
it.
the way,
Halloween, after all.
Look at this. Wouldn't you agree? Would you not agree that the brand that we're launching in Canada now has a little bit of that as well? Because quite often I'm asked, oh, that's such a fun package. Oh, it's not real mushroom. Don't ask the question. Because people that ask if this, like, there's magic mushrooms in a grocery store product, no. I've got a whole editorial on that question. But 2023 Expo. I knew Sean from years back because he originally was one of the principals of CBD Living, participating in the expansion of CBD beverages, gummies, and all the good stuff. And when I saw the booth, it looked like, the Alice in Wonderland. We know the branding of Melting Forest, right? So there's a bit of an example with Melting Forest. I don't know if you've ever seen their packaging, Brianna, but it is an Alice in Wonderland. How the little 5-year-old in my head that loves chocolate ice cream all day. I just want to go into that logo and into that forest.
Yes.
And we're going to see how that works in the Canadian market, especially in the this little town we got here called Toronto. It's a little small.
I was able to get a little bit of free time at Expo West last year, and I went, and they had hands down one of the best booths there. It was incredible. They were in a great location. The design, the branding, everything is just so fun. I think that's 100% the future for just branding in general is just have fun.
Yep. Absolutely. And that'll just, we'll close it out, and Robert, we'll let you go because I know you got things happening over there. Punching up instead of punching down. That's really where it's at. That's the rule of thumb. Don't be a dick. The name of the other podcast we've been doing. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, no, it should be, wouldn't it?
That's a great name.
But I think that, where it's concerned, punch up, not down. That's all. I think that's the best part. Robert, we'll get in touch. We'll be talking about that prize and who it's going out to and all that happy stuff. I thank you for your time. I wish you a happy high holiday today, sir.
Yes, thank you very much, lady and gentlemen. And look forward to seeing the rest of the podcast as I'm running around getting ready to head to Michigan.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers. Absolutely. So there we go. All right. Robert is in the house. He's out of the house. He's still kicking around out there. So here we go. We are going to be having, I think, Jeff, you're going to want to prepare yourself some kind of a trivia question for that prize. Okay. And we'll do that right towards the end. And I got to say, for all of you who are just tuning in to Where the Dogs of Society Howl, you're late if you just tuned in. So go sit in the back and shut the hell up. The cookies and the coffee and the orange soda, that's all gone. That's for the people that showed up early. Okay. So Brianna, what else is going on in your world? What's up next? What are we going to see from you? You said you got some new stuff coming up. Anything you want to talk about now, or is it still sort of under the
I've got a couple of things. One, I've got an event, another live event, because I double booked today like a crazy person. I've got an event at 7:00 tonight. That's going to be with Dan Levy. We are going to talk about how 10 years ago, this isn't my first time building my own personal brand. I did it 10 years ago. I did it on Twitter. I had a community of about 22,000 in about 8 months, and I didn't know how to monetize it. I didn't have 10 years of experience or knowledge. So I stopped. We're going to be diving into that world, the rise and fall of it, how we got taken advantage, and basically how it was like a cult. So that is going down at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. I have, new blogs rolling out every day on the yappergazette.com. I have House of Yap dropping soon. I have a bunch of events coming up. I'm a busy gal these days. I really
sounds it.
I'm never shutting up now.
Well, good. Never. You shouldn't. You're killing it, and we love that. Yeah. Jeff and I have a series of questions for you that we're going to rapid fire. We're just going to pepper you about the head, face, and neck about it with all these questions. Okay, so prepare yourself.
Ready.
And for each, we'll do it Larry King style. Okay, so that means I ask you a question. You've got 10 seconds to answer, and that's it. Go. Ready? Here we go. A brand you wish you'd written copy for. You've got 10 seconds. Go.
Hamburger Helper.
Oh, what are you going to do with the other 8 seconds? You want to do anything with those? All right. We'll set them aside. They don't roll over. Brianna. All right, Jeff, you want to ask her a question, or shall I just keep shouting?
No, the most overrated campaign that tried to be funny but failed.
American Eagle.
Ooh.
Right. That is probably a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they tried to be funny, and I think they tried to mimic the early 90s Brooke Shields campaign, and I still think they didn't realize it wasn't funny back then, and it backfired, and they tried to be funny about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, not funny. Not funny the first time, rarely comes back and is funny.
Yeah.
What about a meme that secretly doubles as a brilliant brand strategy?
Oh, like a specific meme? Or just using memes?
I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know, frankly. I'm the one asking the questions, first of all. Jeff and I will ask the questions.
This is like IKEA instructions or something.
Any top trending meme for one. I do think memes, like brands that tap into the memes and can do it the right way. Absolutely. I think there's something there. But if I had to be specific, I'm just going to say Nick Cage memes. Those always perform.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
That's a perfect segue into my question.
Jeff, will you ask this question in a Seinfeld style voice?
I'll try to do it in Newman Shant's way or something. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. Nicolas Cage, what's the deal with that? What's the deal with that?
What's the deal with Nicolas Cage?
I had been a big fan since I was a kid. And when I met my husband about 14 years ago, at the start of our first Christmas together, he started buying something Nicolas Cage themed for me every year. And then his family joined in. And every year for the last 14 years, and birthdays and any other kind of holidays, it's like they've all become enablers, and they just all buy me Nicolas Cage things. Like they know that's my one thing, and they just shower me with his stuff. And now that's also become my life. Like I have a Nicolas Cage stamp upstairs. I have a cardboard cutout.
It's like you're an addict and they keep feeding.
I'll tell you, I think Raising Arizona was one of the greatest movies ever.
That's what I like. People don't get it.
Oh my God.
It's
it was
so frustrating when they're like, that's his worst film. And I'm like, I can't speak to you anymore.
Yeah,
Right.
no. Okay, so what's funnier? Irony or absurdity?
Oh,
I think absurdity.
Okay, cool.
all right. So if Satire had a mascot, in the end, what would it be? But it can't be the Lorax.
Man, if there was a mascot,
Yeah.
like who's the funniest? I'm so stumped.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Anybody that wants to
I'm
chime in there, we can drop in a
Bugs Bunny,
comment.
maybe? I don't know. Need the OG Satire.
What if we reframe that for you, Brianna? What if we said if Satire had a pet, what would it be?
Oh.
Probably a llama.
At llama for 3,000.
Do llamas spit like camels? Do they spit?
Yeah.
too?
They very much.
Yeah.
They very
All right,
much.
that makes
Yeah.
sense then.
But they're really funny to dress up. Yeah, my money's on a llama first, raccoon second. You know.
Okay.
I'm surprised no one brought up lemur.
Oh,
Yeah.
King Julian, such a good one.
Now, I love that. King Julian, Julianuary. So, Jeff, you had a couple of things we wanted to share. You still want to share them, or are you feeling shy?
Oh, I'm always shy.
Okay. Jeff's
No.
feeling a bit shy. So if everyone here, what do we got? About 19 people going in here. And thank God for you people. And
I know.
Thank God for Brianna.
Thank you.
She brought you all. Let's see if we can get Jeff out of his shy shell, shall we?
Okay.
I say that a few times.
Shy
fast.
shell.
See if we can get Jeff out of his shy shell, shall we?
But like bland brand. We brought that
Bland
up before.
brand?
Yeah. Say bland brand 4 times fast.
That's like my new band that's coming out. We're playing Sunday night at the docks. It's called Same Sex Bike Ride. And we do mostly just covers, you know. Anyway, without any more bullshit about that, Jeff. Okay, it says ick, not the other thing.
Right.
These are some of the our highlights for the week that Jeff has been receiving.
Yeah. So
In amongst several death threats, right, Jeff?
my favorite part of this is honestly wasn't sure if I should email you this. That was like that was the classic one. I like that because it's you just know that it's not something you're interested in, right? Right off the bat. And this was really great for Brandartica. There's a slot to feature a story about Antarctica on Forbes. Did you know that, Peter?
No, I did not know that. Did we miss the deadline?
I think we might have. I think we might have missed the deadline.
We have made the Forbes top 5,000 least popular several times.
I think we missed it. We missed the window. But you know what? There's always tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So
and Maeve Richards just sounds like a made-up name, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, back to this one though. They're gonna put this all in a single doc for us to make it easy for us.
Thank God.
You know what? So maybe I'll reach out to this one. Maybe Richard, just hold on a second. I'll get back to you.
Unbelievable. Those were good ones, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm sure you guys get plenty of those too. And just as a reminder, we do Where the Dogs of Society Howl as a newsletter each week. And I haven't decided on what day it's going to come out. It comes out when I damn well please, I suppose. And I think that works great for the algorithm, when I damn well please. But also we're doing this LinkedIn Live each week. And we've got great guests lined up. We've had great guests. Brianna, you are right here and we're loving it. I think as you mentioned, we talked about some of the things that you do and we do a long time ago. So it's great to see you grow and it's great to see you coming around and coming back and joining us. And we've got a lot of new people here. I hope you'll all come back each week, and ask questions, or if you've got someone you think would be a great guest, shoot us a note, drop us a DM. And certainly if you're not connected to Brianna or Jeff or I or Robert for that matter, folks, do yourself a favor and connect with us on LinkedIn. We're always happy to chat. We're here to help. And that's the human nature of it. It's a no agenda, no pitch zone. It's people talking to people. If we like each other and there's a fit and there's a need to do business together, great, right?
Absolutely.
So before we wrap it up today, let's see. We do have to get to the trivia question. So, Jeff, do you have a question ready for that yet?
I believe so.
Oh, I would love it.
I'm going to try to make, because the last time it was painful. So I'm going to try to make an easy one.
And while you're looking, I just want to mention Rob Unger asked about how you get the newsletter. You don't. The newsletter gets you. Okay? The newsletter gets you. No, it's published on LinkedIn. And when you see that pop up, probably usually through my feed, you click it and then you read it. And there's a button at the bottom to subscribe to it. And that's all it takes. That's it. Yeah. But if you'd like, I'll mail it to you. I'll mail it to you.
Yeah, just right.
Actually, even better. I'm going to come to your house super early on a Sunday morning, like fucking 3 a.m., right? I'm going to trash your kitchen, making the biggest, most luxurious brunch ever, right? And then I will, while you and your family eat, I will perform the newsletter for you. And that might be a good way to do it. I just don't know where we'll put the subscribe button.
I was thinking interpretive dance.
Yeah, interpretive dance. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So, hey, Jeff's bringing us a trivia question here. Let's get it going, pal.
All right, everybody ready? Here we go. In Back to the Future, the movie.
Not in real life.
What speed does the DeLorean have to reach in order to time travel?
Oh, this is a softball.
It is. It's a softball
really
on
is
purpose. What's this?
Oh, I love that. Yes, Rod. I will read it to you in your bed, like Peter Falk and the Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
It's so twisted.
Inconceivable.
That's the Fulfillian. He's talking about Peter Falk, Columbo, our good old pal Columbo. So 88 miles an hour. Mr. Rod Christensen once again wins the prize. He doesn't have to work anymore. He's getting all of his groceries and apparel from us each week. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, well, good, Rod, because I haven't sent the other package yet. So maybe I'll just hold on to it, or we'll
Both
figure
of
it
them.
out. Sitting on my table over there.
Hey,
you know what?
Rob was in there though, and Chris.
Everybody's
they got
getting
in there, but
Yeah.
you know what? Rod is a very fast typer.
He is.
Yeah.
8-8 is really difficult on the hands. I know, unless you've got the dexterous
I
digits.
mean, we do have a delay here.
Getting
though.
an 8-8 in there is difficult. That's true. We do have a delay.
Right.
And Nikki lost already. Come on, Nikki. And I just met Nikki. She's fabulous. Hoping to have a chat with her one of these days. Like I said, look us all up on the intranet and on LinkedIn, and make sure you connect with us. Brianna, before we go, where can people find out more about you?
On LinkedIn, you can find me at Brianna Brew. You can find the website, theyappergazette.com, until the podcast drops.
I love
You
it.
can find me on LinkedIn and the website right now.
Nice.
Okay. Cool, man. Cool. Jeff, who do we have coming up next week? Do you know?
That's a great question. You always have the greatest questions.
I know. I love to ask you things that we didn't talk about before, and then have you be like,
No, so
and then right when this ends, Jeff calls me and it's like, what the fuck?
put me on the spot. No, I think we have lined up for the next one. If I do recall here, let me see here.
Okay. Marty, is there something wrong with gravity?
Oh,
I think that's from the movie.
oh,
See a few comments here about gigawatts and the plutonium reactor from Devin. Thank you, Devin.
actually, I
Give it to number 2 runner-up. He doesn't want to hog all the love. You know, I want you to, you know, Rod doesn't want to hog all the love, which is kind. But I would rather, Rod, that you change your LinkedIn headline where it says what you do to "I want to hog all the love," just for like a day. Just for a day. Rod, not you,
Yeah.
Rob.
All right,
Rob, you can do it too.
Rob,
Actually,
Rob,
you change yours to me, question mark.
Right.
And Rod will change his to I don't want to hog all the love. All right.
So it's Adam Smith is joining us October 9th.
Adam Smith.
Alias Advising.
Yeah, he's a California Angels shortstop, Adam Smith.
No,
Oh, a Minnesota Vikings punter, Adam Smith.
no. Yes.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
No, it's their
Kid
son.
Adam.
Their son Adam, yeah.
Adam, isn't it Alan Smith, Jeff?
It's not, it's Adam.
Back me up on this, Brianna. It's Alan Smith.
I'm going to say yes.
All right. You know what? We're just going to post it for next week, and I'm going to call him Alan the whole damn time. See how he
Do it.
reacts. Hey,
That
Alan.
would be funnier.
So, Alan, what do you think about Blue Jays' chances this year?
Who are you talking to? My name is Adam.
She's the Lorax. She's Brianna Brew, and she is a professional yapper. And
She's
she
fabulous.
is the creator of the Yapper Gazette, and we adore her, and we can't wait to have her back. Maybe one of these days we'll just all do this in person. I don't know. What do you guys think? We should maybe book a trip to the Azores and do this live with everybody here.
I'll have to find a
Yeah,
Onceler suit.
What do you? Okay.
I'm gonna look for one.
I love how this is
Sherry.
spiraling quick.
Sherry, thank you. Yes, we did bring the fun. And I'm sorry if you haven't read our terms and conditions and privacy notice. These are 57 minutes that you're not going to get back today.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can just forget that. We'll be back next week with Alan Smith, otherwise known as Adam Smith, to talk about God knows what. And we'll go from there. So I hope you'll all come back. We're going to have a Halloween special. We are going to have a Halloween special. It's going to be like The Simpsons. There'll also be a Thanksgiving special. Jeff, what other specials do we have lined up?
I think there's a blue plate special too.
Blue plate special.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And we'll do all the specials, after school special. All right, guys. Brianna, have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank everybody for coming in and hanging around and sticking around.
Yes,
we
thank
love it.
you.
Up the irons, and we'll catch you next week on Thursday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Don't fuck it up. All right.
Au revoir.
All right. Hey.